Hey, I'm Roland with Mobile Geeks, and this right here is the Honor 6. It's a device made by Huawei, but they're selling it under their second brand, Honor. And the brand of Honor is just launching in Germany today. So they're trying to probably get away from the name Huawei a bit to reach a different audience, I guess, with these pretty attractive devices actually, because the Honor 6 is a pretty well equipped smartphone. It is a 5-inch device, although the name says 6. And let's quickly get it out of its box now. So we have the phone itself, as you can see. I'm just going to quickly get this out here for you. I've already turned it on, so here you can see it's a 5-inch device, full HD screen, and a bunch of other nice things in there, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's just quickly go deeper down into the box. And in this pouch, you get the warranty card and the quick start guide, but there's also two covers included. So this is actually for the back and the front. So they're covering those two glass sides of the device separately, so you don't have any scratches on these. I'm guessing that's because the glass is not of the highest quality, but I don't know if it's actually Gorilla Glass or Dragon Trail or some other kind of scratch resistant glass. There's also this small tool included, so you can apply the foil yourself. You might want to get somebody else to do this who knows what he does, because there's a ton of people running around with ugly, bubbly screen covers on their devices. Just going to quickly put that in there again. So this is the power brick. It's a 2 amp power brick, so that should charge the 3100 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty big for a 5-inch device, on the Honor 6 pretty quickly. That's pretty nice. Over here we have the standard micro USB cable included too, which seems pretty long, should be around half a meter, maybe even a bit more. This is a standard headset. Well, nothing fancy here, so there's only one button on it, no volume control or whatever. And those are standard plugs, no in-ear plugs here. And that's pretty much it from the box. So let's get to the phone itself. As I said, it's an IPS panel, full HD resolution, 5 inches of 5 inches diagonally. And under the hood, we get the Huawei HiSilicon Kirin 920, which is an octa-core SoC that runs 4 ARM Cortex-A7 cores at 1.3 gigahertz and 4 ARM Cortex-A15 cores at up to 1.7 gigahertz. Performance-wise, it's pretty decent. There's 3 gigs of RAM integrated right here and 16 gigs of flash storage. Let's launch Antutu for a second and take a look at that score. It's pretty good for a device like this. It will score pretty high in those CPU focused benchmarks, but in gaming benchmarks, it is not fully up to par to the Qualcomm chips and the other super high-end SoCs that are available right now, because there's only a Mali T624 integrated right here that will give you scores of around 14,000 points in 3D Mark Ice Storm Unlimited. So performance overall should be pretty decent. I mean, like looking at the screen right here, there is no signs of any lags or whatever. So that's definitely decent. You get Android 4.4.2 on this device running the Huawei eMotion UI, so there is no app drawer, for example. But there's a bunch of nice features integrated on this device, because if you turn on the screen, it will show different images every time you turn on the device, and you get kind of a quick menu down here, so you can switch to the mirror mode. You get a flashlight and the calculator and the calendar access on the lock screen, so that's pretty nice. And if you unlock it, you'll end up in this pretty good looking UI that has a customized notification center up here. So if you swipe from the left, you get the notifications themselves, and on the right you have a bunch of shortcuts which are extendable down here, so you have access to stuff like the performance mode, again the flashlight, and a bunch of other things. So that's definitely pretty interesting. There's also a ultra power saving mode integrated right here, so let's just turn that on. And as you can see, it reduces the functionality of the device quite a lot, so you won't be able to surf the web or whatever. You can only get access to phone and SMS services, so that should prolong battery life pretty nice. And they're also cutting down on the brightness and the colors on the screen right here. I'm just going to quickly move out of that again, go back here, and let's just take a quick tour around the device now. So again, Full HD, 5-inch screen, IPS panel, viewing angles seem to be pretty decent. At least you gotta be excuse my noises in the background because I live in Berlin, which is quite a noisy city, at least in daytime. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we have the earpiece up here, and right next to that is a 5.1 megapixel camera, so that's a pretty good resolution for a selfie cam on the front of the phone. There are no capacitive touch buttons at the bottom, so we're using on-screen buttons right here. Let's go over to the side. This is the volume rocker and the power button. These feel like they're made out of metal, and they're very well placed. They're not flimsy at all, not shaking or anything. The click point is also very nice, so that's definitely well done there, Huawei. And behind this flap is the single SIM card slot. So they're selling this in Europe with a single SIM card slot. The Chinese model, which has been out since September, actually has 2 SIM card slots, but they have to snuggle up to the network carriers in Europe, and that's why I guess they're only pushing a single SIM version over here. This is your SD card slot for storage extension, so you can put in an up to 128 gigabyte SD card. And if you look at the side right here, you can see that this has kind of a metal look to it, but it's all plastic. And it sticks to the W design that Huawei has been using on, for example, the P6 and P7 Ascent series devices. So you have this metal look bar going around the top of the device and ending out in this part down here. At the bottom, you have the micro USB port. So just make sure you can see that. Right next to that is the speech mic, and on the left of the device there is pretty much nothing. Up top you get the standard 3.5 millimeter headset jack, and right next to that is the noise cancellation mic and an IR blaster, so you'll be able to use this as your remote for a TV or whatever. On the back we have a 13 megapixel camera, so nice high resolution there, and dual color LED flash. At the bottom there is the single speaker. That's a mono speaker, and it's not very well placed because it's on the bottom left of the device, and as you can see the whole thing is flat, so if you lay it down on the table it will definitely muffle the sound on that one. Let's just quickly get off the cover foil back here, and as you can see this is all glass, so we have glass covers on the front and the back, and these will definitely attract a lot of fingerprints. They seem to be covered in an oleophobic coating though, so that should, well, at least help a bit, but as you can see I've already just touched it once and still already you have a big fat fingerprint on the back right there. The Honor 6 weighs in at 135 grams and it's only 8 millimeters thick, so that's definitely a pretty slim and nice looking device. As I said, the device will probably be out in Germany in the next couple of weeks, and it should be launching in the UK and France and stuff, for example, too, and will probably retail for just around 300 euros. It might go up to 350 or whatever, but it's definitely a pretty good price for a device with this specifications in here. Let's just quickly check out the camera for a second now. Just gotta find it right now. Oh, it says camera right there. And there we have my stack of devices that I still have to write about. The autofocus seems to be pretty quick, at least from what I can tell. You just touch to zoom, so that works pretty nice. And it also takes the pictures pretty quickly, so you can snap right away. Yeah, only takes like half a second or whatever to start taking pictures. Let's take a quick look at the picture itself. So color reproduction seems to be pretty nice, at least in this pretty well lit environment that I'm in right now. So that's just been a quick look at the Honor 6 from Huawei, just launching in Europe. I don't know if it's coming to the US, but we'll see about that later. So I was rolling with Mobile Geeks with the Honor 6, and if you like what we do on our channel, give us a thumbs up, follow the channel, and also check out our Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter pages. And we also even have Instagram now. Great, right? So see you next time.